believe in it. I think y'all do too, right? Yeah. Always. They always say we're wearing our invisible crown, so I just choose to wear the physical one. So my name is Christina Williamson, as Stan introduced me, and thank you so much for hosting this event. I can't tell you how much we appreciate it and look forward to attending it every year. And I know all of you will come back and donate lots and lots and lots to the Alzheimer's Association. So my journey with Alzheimer's began when I was 8 years old. My grandfather was diagnosed and was living in Phoenix, Arizona. So obviously he's a little bit far away. So we had to pack up all of his things, sell my mom's childhood home, basically on her own, with, of course, the support of my family, but it's such a lonely journey, and we had to figure that out on our own, and my mom had to help guide us through this. So we packed him up and brought him to Memphis. I watched my mom search every single home in Memphis. She knew that she and my dad both work full-time, and my sister and I are full-time students, so there's no way we could provide him with the proper care he deserves at home. So she searched every single retirement home that she could find with the best services. And finally we landed on Kirby Pines. And that was the best fit for us. Thankfully, Kirby Pines is a program so that they can make it affordable to families that are searching for care for their loved ones, so that they won't have to go bankrupt, and while they do have to make sacrifices, they won't have to sacrifice as much for their family for that proper care. Then, this January, we lost my grandfather to Alzheimer's disease. And I think Nancy Reagan put it best when she said Alzheimer's is the longest goodbye. I also think it could be said that you say goodbye twice when you lose someone to Alzheimer's. First when they're diagnosed, and then again when they pass away. And this really rang true this January when we had to say goodbye. And it's almost like you don't get that goodbye because in a lot of cases, they don't know who you are. And while that's heartbreaking, the Alzheimer's Association has provided us so much hope. Miriam was kind enough to put me in touch with the program so that I became one of Tennessee's congressional advocates. And this past year in March, I got the chance to speak to our national legislator, about the much needed funding that we have for Alzheimer's. Right now, Alzheimer's could bankrupt our country with just this disease alone. It costs our country $216 billion in Medicare and Medicaid. By 2050, that cost will rise to $1.1 trillion. That's a big number. I'm not a math major, but that's a really big number. And, well, that's laughable, but that's a real fact. And I couldn't believe that when we started hearing about this and that so little is being done. But that's why you're here tonight. You are here to donate. You are here to raise awareness. You're here to become congressional advocates, right? Yeah. You can become a national ambassador, and I know each one of you is going to talk to Mary about that today and write your congressman. But this year we had the chance to ask for an additional $300 million in funding, and it looks like did we get that approved? We did get that approved! So that's going towards research with the National Health Institute. We're on the brink of finding a cure. We are so close. I just found out today that there's a certain drug that you can take to slow down Alzheimer's. We are so close to finding a cure, and there is a hope for a world without Alzheimer's. Our president signed into a legislation that we will have a world without Alzheimer's by 2050, and that he guarantees a cure. We are so close to seeing that happen. And I know that we can with you and with me, because the end of Alzheimer's starts with you.